All right, I guess it's still afternoon, so I can say good afternoon, members of council and administration on the call, and those who are streaming from the comforts of home. Welcome to our public meeting this evening. So I'm going to call the meeting to order. All members of council are present. To the members, any disclosure of pecuniary interest on the agenda as presented to you? Let's see, no hands, no reflection. We'll have that reflected in the minutes. Introduction and the purpose of the meeting today is to hear comments from any affected landowners on the proposed drainage work as set out in the drainage report filed by Josh Warner, professional engineer of Dobbin Engineering, Inc., dated June 1st, 2020, for the Curtis Drain. I do believe we have Mr. Paglia, our superintendent, here, and if there's something that you want to add on the introduction of the purpose of the meeting this evening before I turn it over to you.
Thank you. Through your worship, as I normally do, give council a quick update on the events that transpired from the time that the invitations have gone out. Excuse me. So we had one landowner who recently purchased a home in the watershed, so was surprised to get a copy of the report and didn't understand how the Drainage Act affected that property. So I had a lengthy conversation with that property owner. That was Gib on the report, now Bosco, who would be the 450-00500. I had a lengthy conversation with him. At the end of the day, I think that lawyers and real estate agents could do a better job in informing their new buyers, but there may be some room for the town to expand on that, just informing landowners to check what drainage is affecting their lands, that sort of thing. And then we had another call today from James Curtis, who is one of the major stakeholders in the drain. Question twofold. It could be discussed at tonight's meeting because it does have to do with lowering two culverts, but his concern was more of a financial in nature. So I leave that up to Josh if you want to maybe go through the drainage report and how culverts 4 and 5 affect Mr. Curtis.
Yeah, I can certainly do that. So I did reach out to him since his conversation with Sam as well. So essentially those two culverts were installed under a report that went through the Drainage Act process in 2002. They were installed above the grade line of the channel. And because the culverts went through the proper process, I'm of the opinion that they should be treated as if they were any other culvert on the drain. If they didn't go through the proper process and were installed incorrectly, I can see assessing the costs solely to the landowner that installed them, but they were installed, as I mentioned, through the correct process, and then therefore have been assessed consistent with the rest of the culverts on the drain.
All right, any questions or comments on the report as presented to you? None. I don't believe we have any delegations, to add to the meeting this evening. Then I'll move on to, if there's no questions to the engineer, then I need a motion on the communications item 1 that's listed on your agenda package be received. Councillor Houston and Councillor Altenhoff. Any questions or comments on that? Hearing none, all in favor? Opposed, if any of that is carried. And then we can move on to the report. The request to consider the engineer's report on the Curtis Drain. If there's no further questions on the report itself, that the specifications for the drain as prepared by Josh Warner, professional engineer, are Dobbin Engineering, Inc., dated June 1st, 2020, drainage report be received. and that consideration be given to first and second readings of provisional bylaw number 2021-14 to adopt a drainage report in accordance with section 45 Drainage Act. And further, that notice be given to all affected landowners of the Court of Revision to be held on at in the PM in accordance with section 46(1) of the Act, subject to adoption of the provisional bylaw. Moved by Deputy Mayor Buchetti, supported Councilor Tonio. If there's no further questions or comments, all in favor? Oppose, if any, that motion carries. So if there's no further questions, then obviously adjournment is in order. And so I'm looking to a motion to adjourn. Councillor Ottenhoff and Councillor Antonio. All in favor? Oppose, if any, that's carried. Thank you very much, Josh and Sam.
No problem.
Thank you,
That one.
Your Worship. Thank you, Council.